This is a video for the young 20-somethings trying to save, trying to invest, and don't know how to because it can be a bit confusing. This is for you. Hi everyone, so for 2022 I have a big goal of having 10,000 subscribers, so it will mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscription is totally free, and I promise on this YouTube channel all you'll be getting is quality, first class, premium content. So please hit the subscribe button and let's get to 10k subscribers. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iduma, and with me here I have...
Oh, I should introduce myself. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Abigail Aikohi, and I am the creative lead of Nuggets by Abigail. Nuggets by Abigail is a financial and money management platform where we discuss all things money, and we have those funny money discussions that nobody wants to talk about. So that's really what I'm about.
Okay.
Really lovely to be on this channel. I've been planning this thing for such a long time. So happy that
coming on my channel.
I'm finally here. Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you for making time. So in today's video, we're talking about money, and we're talking savings and investment.
Yeah.
But not just saving and investing as a low-income earner. And since you're the expert here with me, what do you
take it?
Who do you describe as a low-income earner?
Okay, because it's Nigerian context and we understand that the inflation is really high. Let's just say 300 and below, you're probably under the low-income brackets.
So that puts a lot of people under there.
Yes, unfortunately. Yes, the inflation is too high. Obviously, if you know that even for the frail things, you probably cannot afford them immediately, or you are probably spending majorly on your needs, you're probably on that low-income bracket. It's just how it is.
Okay, let's say as a low, like double low income earner, do you still think it's still possible to save?
Yes, I honestly think it is possible to save. For a lot of people, they even save for their rents. They save for what they think is important. If they want to get married, though it's harder for them to probably even meet their targets, they save for it. And that's the honest truth. The problem that we have is that people don't save for the right things, or don't have good savings culture. Also, a lot of people don't even save at all. Let me not even just put it like everybody saves. A lot of people don't save at all, and we really need to stop that, because when you are saving, you're preparing for something with your money. And I think it's very important to plan for things, because if you fail to plan to fail.
But what if I'm a low income earner and I don't think I have anything to plan for? Do I still need to save?
Yes, you have your future to plan for if you intend to have a future.
My future?
Yes, your future.
Don't worry about my future. My future is bright.
No. Please. Don't worry about your future next year or tomorrow. Please, let's worry about it now. It is important to save for your future. Why? Because your future, you're putting too much pressure on the future. A lot of people think that in the next 1 year they don't do finish. They have money. Oh, they feel like they're even placing certain steps. Life doesn't really always work that way, and you need to also put a kind of hedge that your future can use to kind of be stable. So it is important to save for your retirement, for your near future, and save for an emergency fund. I know it is hard. You don't need to tell me. I've been a low. You all climb steps.
True.
I've been probably unemployed, not knowing my next step. I've earned 20k, I've earned 100k, I've earned 150, I've climbed. We all know that. I know the excuses that I gave myself. I've been through it. I probably don't know the exact one that you gave, or I probably am not in your situation, but I kind of understand how it is like having small money and still not thinking that I need to save.
I'm 24. Should I be saving for my retirement?
Yes, you should.
I'm 24. Should I be saving for my retirement?
Why is she acting again? I'm
pretty young. You think I should?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Everybody keeps acting like, sorry to say everybody, but you're on this table.
Okay, I keep acting like.
No, everyone. I'm not saying just you. Yes.
Okay. If you're avoiding using everyone, I keep acting.
Yes. We keep acting like the future can take care of itself. Not necessarily. You don't need to save a huge chunk for the future, like probably, but we need to act like our future cannot be bright if we don't prepare for it now, because that's the honest truth. You see a lot of people, they want to live the high-end ball when you retire. You want to, for some people, be in retirement homes, you want to have your house built, you want to know that probably even if you start having children late, or you have a few children late, or more responsibilities at your older ages, you can cover it with like a flick of a button. You don't want to worry at that age because you're already elderly. For a lot of people, we're now prone to a lot of health issues. For some people, they don't even have wills. They're not planning anything for when they get old. Who is going to take care of you? Like a lot of people don't picture what their future. They don't like to think about the future. It's now. Pleasure. They want to live the best life now. Nobody's thinking about that. That old person. You don't know if your responsibilities most likely will double in the next 20 years.
True.
You need to, even from the little pennies, have something that you can stand on. You need to plan for it. You don't expect one big contract to happen and you build your retirement home and then you're fine. You need to be dropping drops into that bucket so that it fills up. That's the honest truth.
I will say this, maybe riding on what you had previously versus before the retirement talk.
Yes.
Life is actually too in ebbs and flows, and there are always seasons of plenty and there are always seasons of lack. Like when I mean lack, like
7 seasons of
abundance and 7 seasons of lack.
Yes.
But then in those seasons of lack, in the seasons of lack, the reason why the people were able to survive was because during abundance they were able to save. So that really gives you a projection of how you should live life, and it's really just taking out a little bit from what you earn and putting it. It does seem difficult to do that because if you use, for instance, now somebody in NYC, like we're previously saying, you know, you were earning 60, I was earning a bit like 26. It's hard to imagine saving. Like that's it. It's worse now, saving. It's worse now. Imagine saving because of well. But then you also have to think of it like, in my seasons of not having, do I still want to be not having? Like, you know, in desperate ways of not having. So it's actually like taking out quite a little to like make it little tiny drops of rain, then makes it into a whole ocean or pond or something.
I think we need to understand that we are paying ourselves first when we save. Yes, I'm paying myself
for my future self.
Yes, I'm paying. It might even be your near future. I'm paying myself first before I spend on other things. So we see things as orders. So we are like, these things, they are for the now, they are frivolous, they are things that are stressing us out. But this thing is the thing that gives me joy. Why? Because I'm securing myself for something that I cannot see.
So saving is what is securing my joy.
Yes, and I think also for Christians that feel like, oh, God forbid, the Bible is up.
Yes.
Even the Bible projected the 7 seasons of plenty and the 7 seasons of not having everything. You could see that it was the wisdom of God that really came down on Joseph, and he had that revelation, and he was very strict and disciplined and used wisdom to get through it. It is wise to plan for your future. Plan for even for your vacation, even for your wedding, your vacation for your next birthday, even for like enjoying yourself. It is important to plan even in little bits, to drop it until it finally becomes something that is substantial. No matter how, I think people who have smaller feel like they have so many needs and the money is not enough. They're spending way more than they earn every month. They're literally pulling out their hair every month to get things, and so for them saving just seems so strenuous. It's another thing. It's really tying them down, but it's just something we have to do because you don't know how tomorrow is going to be like. You don't know if that money is going to be the boost that will help you in your next business. It's important to have an emergency savings, have your general savings towards general plans, and to have a retirement planning form. Start with one if you can. Don't be moved to do what everybody else is doing. Do what you understand. Yes, I believe that's the best way.
So now that you've mentioned it, you mentioned your regular savings, you mentioned emergency, and then retirement. Are these 3 different savings? Like
I believe first of all, I believe the first one you should probably work on is your emergency saving, because emergencies are very terrible. Emergencies usually happen. It's just the way life is. You have to secure the next step, and so having an emergency fund, very important. I think you should stay for that one first. Like it really builds your discipline, because you are not saving for an exact emergency, because you can't plan for an emergency. Emergencies just happen. So it builds discipline, and then you can now save for, you can even save beside it, but I think an emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your spending. What you spend monthly. Yes, what you spend monthly. So like probably for you, if you earn, let's say, let me give you a small amount, you earn probably 100k, but you spend at least maybe 60%, that's 60k every month. In order to have a secure emergency fund based on your spending habits and based on the kind of emergencies let's just say opportunity you have, you probably might have. 3 months of it will be 180, so you should have at least 180 in your account. Why? Because that's the type of lifestyle that you live. For people who have like probably 500k and they spend like 300, 400k, their emergencies are way higher. Why? Because of the type of lifestyle they are built around them. They're going to have bigger emergencies most likely than you will have.
More money, more problems.
Honestly, that's just the way life is. Honestly,
that's the way it is.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. But let's say for instance now, I personally don't have like a good, healthy saving culture.
Yes.
If somebody is watching and has that kind of experience, how would they save? How can they save?
Okay.
But like save like in a way that's like easy.
Okay. I think an important thing to do is to automate your saving. There are different platforms that give you the opportunity to get your money taken from your account. There's Piggyvest, there's Carryvest. You can just automate it. It can be daily. Yeah, it can be daily. It can be monthly. It can be bi-monthly. Anyone you pick it and you pick the specific amount based on what you earn and based on what you are willing to drop for a certain goal. Another thing to do is to lock it up. You have the opportunity to lock it up. Carry gives you the opportunity to lock it up and you don't touch it. It's
forever
really
locked until the day you say open.
I'm really scared of using carry. Definitely, I think that would be like my next bet, because you can't touch it until when you go
you reached your set dates. Yeah. But for Piggyvest, because I use Piggyvest, it's kind of flexible.
Yes, it's kind of flexible. You can remove the money.
Yeah, you can extend your locking dates.
Yes, but what they use to kind of stop you from doing that is that they give you a certain fee, fees removed from it whenever you remove before the set date. And also for you, if you understand the way money works, you know that you're losing the returns you probably would gain from that amount by removing it earlier. So you probably will not earn as much, so you're stopping the money flow. You are the hindrance of your money growing. So I think that's another one. I think most importantly, for people who earn less, a major important thing to do is to track your spending. The world has kind of revolutionized, if I would say, and so things are not as hard as it used to be. For a lot of people, they can probably use pen and paper to write, oh, this month on transportation I spent like maybe 1,000. For food I spent so and this. You can do it daily, you can do it weekly, you can do it monthly, and do like a rough sketch of how much you think has left your account. There's also ways that you can put it on. You can put it on a spreadsheet. You can. There are ways that it's automated. There's also an app. There are different apps, but there's one that I use. What's the name?
When you do have the name, I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, yeah. So there's one that I use when they track your spending. When you kind of put your accounts together. No, all your accounts, probably if you have several accounts, you put all your accounts together and they know, and they kind of tell, okay, this is how much you spent on food this month. It's written, like all your information is spread out. It's a very strict way of knowing where your money is going. And for people who don't earn as much, it's very important to cut your spending by tracking it first of all, because that is a reason why you don't have the opportunity to save, because you are spending too much.
I would say this: money comes into my account and money disappears in my account, and I'm always asking myself, how am I broke? Like I don't go out to eat again, because to me I just felt like, okay, my flanger is what is taking out my money, and I've cut down on those things. But like I still find money leaving my account, and I think pro tip, okay, not pro tip, no, this tip, I think. Look into your bank statement. Kind of sit down with it, because I really sat down with it, and the amount of boats I was just saying, like, wow, 5, I found out that most of my money goes into transportation, and then it kind of lets me cut down on my spending a lot, because I don't move around as much. I don't. Yes, I've cut down on like my going out and see friends, but like transporting to even, I don't know, do other things. You don't catch me on the streets. That's what I can say.
I think, especially for bank statement, you need to check your bank statement.
Look into it.
There was a period that I was not getting text messages for every, I was not getting alerts on my phone for every transaction I made. But I will see that they are charging me 200, 300, 400 on SMS charges. Like, are you okay? That's not even funny. Like, I found that so offensive, and it now even makes you suspicious of what's actually happening in your account, because they're obviously taking advantage of the fact that you probably will not be checking it. There's a lot of funny business. A lot of people also have too many accounts that they don't use. Like, for me, it's a thing that I intend to do this month. I have 4 accounts, bank accounts. That is 4 different charges: SMS, stamp duty, FIP charges. Like, you actually active because I have all 4. It's a really, you guys,
I have 3 accounts and I only use 1. The remaining 2, there's no money.
You need to shut it down. I'm going to shut down.
No, there's no money inside it. The bank can even shut it.
Whenever it's not, why do you need it? Go and shut it down. Why? Go and shut it down.
Why am I shutting it down? There's no money inside it. What's the bank?
But what if money mistakenly enters?
Oh no, that's a big mistake. Who will send money there? My
Be
account
like
number
me.
is 211. Yeah, but no, you're right. If you're not using it,
If you're not
it
using
it doesn't make any
it's
sense.
really bad for me, because my family members keep sending money to the wrong account, so it touches all the accounts. So those people are just there collecting their money, and then I now have to send it out. So charges. It doesn't mean anything, but by the time you check it properly, you see that you are spending 5,000 on an account that you don't need. So it's one thing. I don't have enough money to be dashing banks. They have too much money. They should stop taking my money.
That's true.
Yes.
Another thing too, I would say about that saving thing that just came to my mind, because I used that technique, was like giving a standing order to your bank. Like, just in case you're not like into having apps, because people don't really like having a lot of apps. Just tell your bank, you know, like you have another savings account within your bank, and you tell them every month this specific amount of money should leave my account on this particular day, and automatically it leaves the account. And that just helps you, you know, mindlessly kind of save, because that's what I did, and
I think
a lot.
Also we need to weigh the opportunities we get from these banks. I believe getting more savings accounts, and I don't mean what traditional banks have told us as savings accounts. I mean the new fintech savings account, like Carrywise, and Ladder. Yes. Oh, you use Ladder too?
No, I don't use Ladder. I heard you say it.
Okay.
I follow her on Instagram. You should.
Okay. I hear you, sis. Huda, there are other apps that are that understand the plights of honest Nigerians, honestly. And so they are looking for mediums to get us to earn on the money that we are saving, because these banks are earning a lot from it. Trying to get your pennies together, not giving out this to traditional banks. You check that if you use a savings account to save, you earn so much. You earn nice returns, 6 to 10 to 12% returns. That's really nice. I think another thing to do as a low income earner is to find another stream of income, whether it be passive, because a lot of people think that everybody has the heart to have a side hustle. Some people, they are doing so much on their only job, that to do something else is like pulling out. Like, there's no joy. And what is the joy in making money if you're not enjoying the process? If side hustles are not for you, I mean, you don't have to do it. But you can also get passive income, like probably rental income, probably buy land or rent out a space. I also feel like you can milk things. If you see putting that money, probably if you're an influencer, or it's something that you can make money out of eventually, or even start milking the little coins from now, I think you need to put it as an investment. Like, you need to have the mindset that if I'm putting this money in, I want to see it pull out in so time. There are some people that prolong the period they intend their returns to be for. Like, they probably don't milk it right now, but they are working towards a time, maybe even a year, when they expect that it will bloom. For some businesses, it doesn't work like that, but that's the risk in investing, honestly. I feel like if you have the mindset and you're growing your skills also, and you have a certain purpose for it, very targeted to make more money, not the illegal means. So I'm not even that sense you, please. If if you are investing in it like a business, you are investing for more returns that probably even investing in this usual fintechs or investment opportunities can give you. My dear, I think you should go for it. But be very mindful.
Spending on your skills, that's
yes, that's another investment.
That's investment.
Yes.
I wouldn't really see it as an expenditure. I see it as an investment. Like if you're maybe getting those skills, that UX, UI.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry if you have it, but like I don't know.
Take.
But like if you're paying for like courses and skill sets, like I feel like it's I know I paid a huge sum of money for a course I'm taking right now, and it's an online course. But like as I was paying, it was choking me because it's a big plenty money.
Yes.
But then at the end of the day, like people are looking for that skill set, and I'm paying that amount of money. Like, will I receive the return?
The value of it? Yes.
Later on, like give or take next year or next 2 years, I will.
Yes,
so
you will.
That makes it
an investment towards self.
Yes, an investment towards self. So now we've established the fact that you can, as a low income earner,
Save. Yes.
and save well, and save small.
Yes.
Can you invest?
Yes, but it's important that you understand how to save first of all, honestly. So the emergency fund, being disciplined about it, investing in financial literacy, and also investing in yourself. So when we move into the investment platform arena, it's important that you first of all have an emergency fund, because a lot of people think that investment funds, probably if you have an emergency, you can't remove from your investment. That's very poor. You will not get the returns. It's trash behavior. Please, let's not do this. Let's not do this anymore. You need to understand savings first before you go into investment. It might take a while, but it's important to not jump up the stairs. Important to take a gradual steps, because you suffer for it if you move too fast. Okay, so when you are going into investment, especially knowing fully well that you don't earn enough, you don't have enough right now. You have what you have. It's not the big boys' money. You're not running with the big boys, right?
You're chilling with the big boys.
No, you're not.
Habiting goods.
It's important. Generally, it is important, but because you feel it more than probably other people will, it's important to understand what you're investing in. A lot of people see crypto and so they run into crypto. I have a personal experience of somebody that coaching, or I'm her accountability partner, who put a large sum of money into crypto. While that is really good, she didn't understand the waves of crypto, and so she invested in one of the crypto platforms and coins where right now it's not functioning very well. So she doesn't even know it. Like she says, whenever she looks at it, she feels like crying, because she's like, why did I follow the hype? I didn't even understand it. I just dropped my money because she was expecting return. She didn't understand how the crypto market is. She didn't understand that it's volatile. It's important to understand it.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Because like even with stocks, everyone is saying stocks. I've gone and bought stock. My stock is not doing well. And I went
talk about that stock.
I think I bought good stock.
So first of all, you need to understand it. You need to understand also the company, the type of company it is. Do your market research on
I went and bought Tesla.
My dear, hold it. Okay? Let me just hold it. Okay.
Will it do well right now?
I'm not telling you anything, just hold it. Let's just get into
Tell me after,
guys. Yeah, so do your research, understand the company, and then also understand your investment appetite. A lot of people are medium like me. I find that medium, though, in order to understand these things, medium risk, like government bonds, they invest in fixed savings. These are low. They know no matter what, you're going to get the returns back. This is very low. So you know that.
I think I'm a low risk taker. So
I think you should scale up, my dear, because we're young. Also because we're young, we have longer years. So you have more opportunity to make more money.
So I should do my government bonds now.
So you should take it slow. You should take it step by step.
Okay.
Don't rush into anything, but it's important to kind of test out the different opportunities that are there, because you're opportunity to so much more opportunities. And then there's medium, like rental income.
What does that mean?
Land appreciates, so it's like a medium. So there are apps like that's for medium mix. There are apps like RIST, where you are given the opportunity to invest in rental and home, like in homes, that's houses.
Really?
In US.
US.
Yes. You are even investing in dollars, so you are even you are hedging your funds against inflation over here, because it's the inflation in the US, which is, though it's really going through a spike right now, it's relatively better than Nigeria.
Yes, I can't invest in pounds.
And also, huh?
I can't invest in pounds.
No, it's in dollars.
I like
This game has to pounds. Yeah, pounds. We are worried about naira. But you convert it though. Just like naira, you convert the naira to dollar. So it depends on you. That's
okay, so how does that RIST vest work?
It's the same like as any fintech app. They are made very easy. So it is important that you do your research. Don't just copy and paste what someone says in one video that you see and you just do it. Do your due diligence, understand it for yourself. But they're also a very nice platform to for medium, because you invest in homes abroad. So you have kind of hedged against inflation and also in the devaluation of the naira. So you're kind of protected your money, and it's much safer, as you can imagine. There's also, is this Square Homes, I'm not sure, probably will put it up. They also help you to be able to afford to invest in rental homes in Nigeria.
Oh, here in Nigeria?
Yeah, so there's home and abroad. There are even different options that probably I'm not opportune to, or probably I will not say in this video.
But wait,
but it's been made easy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you know when you talk about rental homes, all my mind comes into it because I live here in Abuja. We live here in Abuja.
Yes.
My mind goes to millions. So do I need to have like a lot of money to like
invest?
You can
invest as low as 10,000.
As low as 10,000.
I think it's 5,000 to enter.
$5,000.
Yes. It's really,
wow, that's okay.
It's been made easy, honestly. I think even for the one in Nigeria which I mentioned, just you can do a large sum of money. I believe I've seen a large sum of money. I'm not very sure if you can do little bits. The large sum of money is like 400 to 600, which is convenient for some people. Yes, key. But I'm not very sure if I will have. I've said something that I'm not very sure of, but I'll have to check, and I'll probably discuss about it, and I'll drop it on my status so that people can
and I'll leave it on the screen.
Yes, so you can actually invest with. It's made so that everyone can invest. It's not now things that are left only for the rich. The rich can drop 50 million to build and streams of apartments, and then people enter into it. So now we're given the opportunity to earn similar interest, definitely probably not the same, but similar interest spans without having as much. I mean, it gives you the opportunity to start now. And I think that's really one thing that fintechs generally, and also fintechs in Nigeria, are doing really well. They're really pursuing banks. I really like this competition. And also there's now high risk. High risk can be let's say cryptocurrency. There's even a higher one which can be cryptocurrency and agro investment. They are like higher than agro investments. Yes, agro investment has very high interest. But with everything that's going on, everybody's still monitoring the situation because of COVID and the crisis currently happening with farmers and herders. There's a lot of attention on the agro system, but they give very nice returns. Also, I think the standard high interest that everybody knows, because agro and crypto are much higher, is stocks. You invest in a company. You're given the opportunity to invest in Tesla, like you mentioned. Invest in Apple, Microsoft. Like, who am I that I am investing? I'm investing with Warren Buffett.
I put my money with Google. I put my money with Tesla, and my money is going low.
It's because you also did not read about it, Google. Google! You need to do your research. Everybody, we need to do our research. Why? Because honestly, this period, the stock market goes high, and that is why it's high risk. The higher the risk, the higher the returns. You cannot get the same returns you get if you put your money in piggy banks. It gives you it gives you the opportunity, though it's not guaranteed, it's not standard. It gives you the opportunity to earn higher returns that you obviously will get with other ones. But it is high risk, meaning that if, like right now, inflation is so high, so things are kind of still trying to stabilize. There is also the thing of the crisis that's happening now. Any form of speculation, even within the company itself, probably there's something happening. Like Meta that's Facebook currently had a very huge crisis a month back, and so their shares dropped in like seconds. So for people who are not very knowledgeable about that, they will not hold on to it. They'll kind of just jet off, sell off what they can get and just go away, or they just lament for a long time. But they don't understand that stocks are not short-term investments.
Okay.
If you are doing 1 year, and if you're doing a few months, you probably will not get your returns back. It's something that you hold for a long time, and by a long time I mean like 2 to 5 years, or if you probably cannot, maybe 1 year standard. That's the standard. Like anything less than that, you probably will not get the returns. Why? Because it fluctuates so many times. There's competition, there's market fluctuations, there's so many things that is dependent on. That's why it's good for us to understand why we're investing in it, understand the stock market for itself, and understand those companies. Just keep on binging on information before we even invest, and while we're investing, it helps you to hold on for dear life. That's what we use for cryptocurrency. You hold on for dear life. That's just how it is.
I don't like taking risks, so even with
Yeah,
this
so
stock
it was a huge jump for you.
It was a huge jump for me, but I only put $5 aside it. You think it's me test now and do test run. So it's not paying me like that, but it's paying me, but it's really paying me. It's paying me. Because I just thought my money. I thought my money would just be jumping now. Just be hitting test.
That's the thing that people want to get rich quick, and so they don't give this money its time. Even when you're saving with savings account like piggyvest and the rest, you still have to give it time so that the returns. And there's a thing called compounding. Compound interest is the best thing since money was created. Oh my goodness. The fact that your returns keep on adding and compiling. Like if you save, I don't use an estimate, but if you save probably 20,000 every month from when you are 25, I don't know the exact figure, but you have probably 100 or hundreds of million by the time you retire 40 years from now. Are you aware? Not just based on the amount. Like compounding kind of triples the amount that you are supposed to retire with. Why? Because you continuously did it and the interest kept on piling up. So like if you use a standard savings fund, let's just say it's 10% interest they're giving. So you save 20,000 every month. Right? By the end of the month, by the end of the year, you have 240,000 naira saved, and so they will add the interest of 10%, which is 24,000. So that's making the amount 264,000, right? When you're entering into a new year, if you add that interest, like if you you add that interest into the next one, like you reinvest, if you reinvest into the next year and you continue with that 20,000, they are not judging by the 20 again, they're adding it, so it is now 264 plus that one, so it's adding tremendously. Why? Because you're adding your interest. So as your interest is added, they're adding interest on top of that interest that you're giving. So by the time you check it in a longer period, that's why saving and investment is not something you just enter into and you rush back out of it. You need to give it time. Stop looking at the money. It is not for your now, it is for your future that you have already planned. It can be a short one, it can be long term.
This is interesting.
If you leave it, my dear, that's the problem. That's the reason why Nigerians are.
Don't insult us.
Ooh, that's why we don't have enough. Honestly, because we don't understand the simple money management tricks. You can see this is just a normal low interest savings platform that you're getting just 10%. Some people earn 50% on their investments, just 10%. You can see that at the end of, like when you check it, you've made probably 100 million in 40 years, but nobody wants to wait 40 years. Everybody wants to chop the money now. Everybody thinks that their goals are so important that they need to spend that money now, or probably spend it in 1 year, 2 years. You need to discipline yourself so that when you're actually a big boy, that's why advancing age, beards and gray hair, you are actually rolling with the big boys. Stop. You don't need to.
Yeah.
I rest my case, you guys.
What you just said now just encouraged me more to encourage me to save more, because like there's something like I'm very particular about having generational wealth, and it's something I do want to like do and live. And I was thinking, by the time I'm 25, I do want to start saving for like my children and having a trust fund for them and stuff like that. So I'm very much inspired to see
yes, generational wealth is not just about building wealth. A lot of people will have the opportunity to have generational wealth. You might build wealth, but probably if you had been better with your money, you'd even be able to build generational wealth that passes your lineage, like it runs through 5, 6, 7
That's
generations. Why are we not getting to it? Because we think that it's when the big money comes that we can save this huge chunk of money. If you don't start now, you probably will not start when you have 200. It's the good practices you start with your 20k, 100k, 200k, 300k that you use when you probably start earning 1 million, 2 million, 50 million, anything. Shall just send us the check. Let's just touch the money, sir. I just want you to know that it is very much possible. Don't limit yourself. No matter what you are earning now, even if you are earning 20,000, if you can remove 1,000 every month, it will do you more service than you actually know. And if you have in your mindset that you can actually earn more and that you can use your skills to make more money, you see that your money would grow tremendously. But we just have to be very conscious about the things that we're doing.
Thank you so much for this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's important, honestly. I think it's important that we're all aware. Because I was not aware about certain things. I thought I was managing my money well. And so when I had these things, I just knew it was important that everybody should know. So I'm so happy that by watching this video, you probably have learned a thing or two. And you use it to make more money. It's really be good to see you actually making legit money and knowing how to maintain their money well.
Thank you so much for coming on my.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much. Where can we find you if we're looking for you?
So I am on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. I also have a weekly newsletter.
You should subscribe just to get like
we drop just like
information.
I go personal, I go formal, I go anything you want me to be actually. As far as it's surrounded on money decisions, I'm definitely there for you.
It's good to have you.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. Leave to your saving tips, your investing tips that probably we didn't handle. That would be really, really good for me to read. I'm learning. So, but then also for somebody else that it's also to coming in learning, because this video is more so for the beginner. Somebody really thinking they want to but can't.
This is your 101 video.
Yeah, this is a savings 101 kind of video, and I hope you were able to learn something from it. But until next week, I and Abigail are saying bye.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.